Hi, welcome to our Cosmic Vibe. My name's Jeff. This video is a little different than some of the others in that this one is dealing with some ongoing challenges on my path with trying to level up and make my life a better life and get my energy levels up so that it can be very fulfilling. Um, So the long and the short of it is this one is about cannabis and my cannabis use over the years, and the what happened to me yesterday, and the impact that it has had, and how I would like to deal with it or going forward. So without going into the whole history of everything, I might get into it a little bit. But what ended up happening yesterday was that I completed my recordings for the day. I was feeling very good. My lovely partner was not at home. She was gone for the vast majority of the day. um, and I really didn't have all that much to do. I think I was doing some laundry. I was just involved in a few chores around the house. And I was thinking, well, you know what? I got free time. Maybe I'll do a little celebration. I'm really happy that I'm getting this channel going. The things that I've been working on in my life are making a difference. And cannabis is legal in Canada. I didn't want to go and buy any large quantity or anything like that. I just wanted to go and buy a small amount so that I could sit down and have a smoke and relax and enjoy the afternoon, which I did. I got on my bike so I could get a little bit of exercise. It's within a kilometer, half a mile of my house, probably, that I could purchase. There's two stores within walking distance. I went down, spent a couple of dollars, bought some sativa. They come in three small joints in a package. Once the three small joints are probably the equivalent of what I would normally have smoked as one joint. I didn't smoke it all at the same time, but I did come home and throughout the afternoon had a little bit and then had a little bit more and had a little bit more. Um, because I hadn't been smoking all that much recently, it did have quite a decent effect. It was a 23% THC sativa. And it was great. I sat down. I enjoyed the afternoon, the sunshine. Everything was good. I'd continued doing a little bit of work at my desk, and but I seemed to be screwing things up. So I sort of backed off and said, "Nope, don't work under while you're high." And when I was just finishing the third little joint, my lovely partner came home, and I was sitting out back on the deck, and she came out to say hi, and I could see her face go from happiness and joy to seeing me to a sort of surprise, to sadness, to a little bit of disappointment, and just sort of a resignation that this was the way it was. It made me feel like crap. Uh, so you love people, you want to keep those around you happy, and all of a sudden I was looking again at something that would be easy to consider as failure. Um, she walked back in to the bedroom. Didn't really say too much. Just sort of had said hi. And in my mind, I'm going, you know what? It'll be okay. Don't worry about it. She knows that you've smoked and everything else. But she was also part of my journey in trying to greatly reduce the effect of cannabis in my life, where I was using it to hide. I've sort of referred to that back in some of the introductory videos as to how I was dealing with the challenges that I went through in my earth being shaken and being destroyed, the dark night of the soul, and how I use cannabis to cope with it. Um, And we didn't talk about it last night. Just sort of left it alone. And man, I had a horrible night's sleep. I could not sleep. My whole body. It seems like whenever I'm stressed, I feel pain in my body. And my body, when I woke up this morning, was in pain all up and down my back and my neck and my shoulders. I just was not feeling good at all. And really felt like I needed to talk to her about it and just sort of smooth things over a little bit. Well, the discussion was actually really interesting in that she surprised the living hell out of me. I had always been very concerned that as I went on this journey of trying to level up, my experiences in the past have shown that those people around me, most of them were not willing or able to accept the changes, and it caused more stress and more difficulty, and eventually you would stop doing it because you couldn't continue under those circumstances. This time, as we were talking about it, it actually got to the point where she really and truly confided in me about her experience with her dark night of the soul and where she was at and how she coped with it and what she got through and the thoughts that were going through her mind. Now, those are not things that I want to share. That's very, very private. That was somebody else's journey, and I would not betray that. However, it did really make me take a look at myself and at the stories I was telling myself, and trying to understand why I was having such a difficulty keeping cannabis out of my life. Um, and I guess the reality of it came down to the fact that uh, when I was smoking regularly, I always knew where my next smoke was coming from. Even though it was very easy to say that it was not addictive, um, when I was smoking regularly, it may not have been physically addictive, but I certainly developed a mental dependency. And I'd realized that even throughout all of this journey that I'm on right now, the most recent one, and really focused on doing it well and not failing, was that I kept wondering why I couldn't get away from cannabis until I realized that I couldn't get away from it because I never let go of it. Even though I was reducing the quantity that I smoked and spreading out the amount of time that I smoked, I did not ever come to terms with the fact that it would no longer be in my life. I had ensured that I still knew it would be a week or two. It would be okay. I could wait a week or two. I'd done that a lot of times in my life where I was waiting a month or two. But it had gotten to the point that I was not releasing it. The reason that it was following me everywhere I went was because it was still tied to me, and it was by choice that I still continued to keep it there. Um, so it really made me come to the realization that I am an addict. Even though I am able to, from time to time, spread out the amount of time in between it, I still found that it was still very present in my mind, even though I was waiting. I knew it was coming, and it was just a point of time to wait. I had convinced myself that I could, still partake, that I could still bring this back to a recreational level as opposed to daily use, and realize that was a failing. That was not me moving forward. That was not me solving the issues or challenges that I had in my life. That was me or my ego or whatever it was making sure that I kept something with me that I knew I could always have as a comfort or as a medicine or as an escape that I could use whenever I wanted. It was actually um, an understanding or realization that, yeah, I kept it hooked to me, and that my ego kept, or myself, or whatever part of my personality it was, kept trying to pull me back to a place that it was comfortable with. That where I'm going and the things I'm trying to do and change in my life means that I have to be uncomfortable in a lot of things. There's a lot of new things that I'm doing for my first time, and it became evident to me that I have to actually cut the cord completely. That I cannot keep going back into my zone of safety and comfort and low energy and hiding and no anxiety and no stress. All of the things that I coveted, that I needed for so long, um, or that I believed I did, because I'm not sure at all that I did, but it was a path that I chose. So it was really devastating to me to see the impact that it had on somebody very special to me. That her biggest concern was that I would go back, was that I would give in to the ego, that I would give in to the area of comfort, that I would not continue to move forward and try to make progress, that I would use this as a crutch. I guess in reality, it's sort of like an alcoholic deciding that he can just drink socially, that he can resist going back to drinking every day, that he can resist the disease, that he can resist the pull. And that was a big realization, because I felt that I had to make the two equal to really look at it properly. Now, cannabis may not necessarily be the worst thing by any stretch of imagination. I mean, there's people putting injections in their or needles in their arms. There's, people really hooked on actual medication prescribed by their doctors. There's a lot of people that have addictions and to things that do far greater damage to their body than cannabis does. Cannabis is being studied more and more, and it has effects on helping people through their cancer treatments, helping people reduce their anxiety and stress, helping people with PTSD. More and more things are being learned on a regular basis. But as with anything, overuse and abuse means that there's a different problem on the go. And I think I have to come to terms with the fact that I am an addict, that I cannot uh, use cannabis recreationally, that the pull will still be there. It will be too easy for me, regardless of when or where, that once I start smoking again, that there will always be the fight not to go back to not to go back into the old patterns, not to go back into the area of comfort. Not to fall back and look at all the progress you had made and go, oh shit, here we go, got to do it all again to get back up to those energy levels. So this one is more a little bit of a purge, a little bit of just putting it out there that, yeah, you know what, I can't I I can't make the progress that I want to make by staying where I was, or making it possible for me to easily revert to where I was. That in order to make a change and move forward, in order to make a difference, I actually have to walk the talk. I have to make the change. If I want to increase my level of spirituality, if I want to increase my energy levels, if I want to become healthier and live a better life, I have to find a different system of reward. I have to find a different a way to deal with thoughts and anxiety and everything else. And maybe that is just by eating better, exercising better, taking care of yourself better, meditating more, all of the things that I'm actually trying to do. Um, and that those little times, or those times, not little times, but those times where you go back through the door and enjoy something that was a part of your life for a long time. That the fear is that one day you may turn around and the door back to where you were is closed, and you're stuck again, and you have to fight this battle all over again. And I know what it's been like in the last couple of months and the challenges that I've had. And I know that I quite literally have fooled myself. I have lied to myself. I have put myself back into a situation where I'm not, what's the best way to say it? I'm not fully committed. That I've got to make the break. I've got to fully commit. I want to. I just have to deal with this old ghost that doesn't seem to want to let go. And I think the only way that I can do that is by not knowing when and where my next smoke is coming from, but by knowing that, not even thinking about it, not even looking back at it, but by looking forward at finding a new way to reward myself, at finding a new way to enjoy my successes, and not becoming impaired as a way we do it, or what it is that how we move forward. Um, Maybe it is something as simple as getting out in the sunshine and going for a walk with your partner. Maybe it is going and doing some exercise. Maybe it's going out and playing some disc golf, or maybe it's doing whatever it is that you feel good about doing, as opposed to medicating yourself as a form of reward. So I'm not saying by any stretch of imagination that I've solved this yet. I'm just saying that, you know what, it was a bump in the road. I want to continue to try to be authentic with this. I want to continue to let everybody know that this is not an easy journey for any of us. That there's challenges that prop up every day, and no matter how good you feel, or how much progress you have made, that it is easy to fall backwards if you're not diligent and disciplined about what it is you're doing. So with that being said, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for your understanding. Maybe this is something that it may not be cannabis for some. It may be other things. It might be shopping. It might be even addiction to exercise, or overeating, or whatever it is, whatever your challenges are. That these challenges, if you want to break them, you really have to focus and be disciplined about what it is you're doing. Overeating doesn't mean you stop eating. You have to eat. We need that to survive. So each challenge has its sort of different aspects to it that we have to deal with. But that one's mine. The goal right now is to try to keep it out of my life. I think that I had put it in my mind. I was going, well, maybe I can get 3 weeks or whatever. But again, when I think about a time frame as to, the next time that it will be okay for me, it's the same thing. It's still tied to me. I've still given myself a time frame to look forward to. And I think what I have to do, I've never been to an AA meeting or anything like that, and I'm not sure that I'm planning to. But of the people that I've known, and the things that I've done in my life, it is sort of obvious that it is a daily chore. It's not about me getting 3 weeks. It's about me getting through today. And then tomorrow, it'll be about me getting through tomorrow and not spending the time thinking about what I don't want to do, not giving the energy to thinking about cannabis and that I don't want it or whatever, because that keeps me in that space. Just, making sure that I can get through the day. And if I have challenges, that I either fall back on meditation or exercise, or if I want to celebrate, that I find a healthy way to celebrate as opposed to falling back into any old patterns. So we'll keep everybody updated as to how this goes. Have done a lot of work so far, and intend to keep this out of my life so that I can continue to grow and improve as a person. And we'll let you know. We'll let you know if this is going to be another challenge. If you know anybody that's having this type of challenge as well, please feel free to subscribe, like, and share with them. As I've said before, that's not about me trying to get money. Money will come to me in the future based on what I'm doing. I know this, but this is about trying to help people. So in any event, thank you so much for listening to my purge, my challenge. And we'll talk to you again soon. Thank you.